Going on guys, it's Infected Survivor here, and today we are back again with another character in the Garden Warfare 2 character reviewing series. Today we are going to be doing Dr. Toxic, and I thought we'd be start down here in the sewers to try and match the theme of being Dr. Toxic. I don't think we've done a character, not a character, a scientist in this series so far. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think that I have. So I'll quickly run over the abilities for the scientist. So we have the bombs, the heal bomb or the sticky bomb, the warp, and the healing station or beam. Starting with the R1, the heal bomb or the sticky grenades, I do think it's sort of whichever one you prefer. The heal bomb heals you for 50, and the sticky bombs deal 50 damage. Personally, I always use the heal bomb because I quite like the health that it gives over the damage, but I don't think I think both abilities are good, so it is either or. And then you got the triangle ability, which is the warp or the energy beam. I don't even know what it's called because I don't think I might have used it once or twice in my whole Garden Warfare 2 career because it is awful. Don't use the purple. I don't even know what you would call it. The purple beam, the purple energy warp. Don't use it. It's so bad. It's so pointless. Just use the two warp abilities. It's just the default warp is so much better than the energy. It's just pointless. The energy warp is pointless. These warps are the way to go. The healing station. Now, realistically, you should use the default healing station or the heal beam, and not the armored or the bling healing station. I do use the bling armored healing station, but it is pretty bad. I would just use the regular heal station, and then if you want to use the beam, it's not the best. I've never personally used it, but it isn't the worst ability in the game. I just think with scientists, because they're quite an offensive class for most of them, I do think the heal station, or combined with the heal bomb, are the better ability combo. But you know, it's entirely up to you. The heal beam isn't the worst ability. I just prefer the stations. So now we're going to actually talk about Dr. Toxic himself. Now, I don't mind playing Dr. Toxic. I do play him a fair amount, but realistically, I don't think he's that good. Yes, he has toxic damage. He does have a bit of range to him, which can be quite helpful. I think he does about 15 damage plus toxic at range, which is quite woeful, really. It's not really that good. And the main issue with Dr. Toxic is the lack of ammo. 6 shots in the clip is just not enough. It's really not enough. My favourite scientist in this game is the paleontologist, because you can sort of, there is a good range to it with splash, 15, 16 damage a hit with fire. But you get, the reason I like him a lot more than Dr. Toxic is because he has a lot of ammo, whereas Dr. Toxic has 6, and the 6 shots is just not enough for Dr. Toxic. He realistically needs at least 10 plus, and then he would be quite a good scientist, I think. I think the lack of ammo really lets this guy down. I mean, he shoots at a decent speed, not the best, not the worst. I really think the lack of ammo really lets this guy down. So, is he a bad character? No, he's not a bad character. But is he one of the better scientists? No, not really. I mean, it really depends, really, how you want to play him. You can play him at range, but as I say, 15 damage with only 6 shots is it's just not good enough. It's really not good enough. It's a tricky character. 46 up close, like his damage is good. His damage is decent up close. It's more the differences with, like, Chemist, for example. He has less ammo as well, but he specialises in close combat. Whereas this guy, I don't really know. Is he best at range? Is he best at far? Is he mid-range? Is he best at close? I don't really know. As it seems, I don't know. But I do like this character. I don't think he's bad. I just think lack of ammo really holds him back. I do think this guy, even if he just had an extra few bullets, like 8, 9, I think it would make him a lot better. But you know, he's not unusable. He's definitely usable. Like in situations like that, I just never think the toxic really comes in that handy. Whereas characters like paleontologists or physicists, I think the fire or the electric sort of chain damage does come in handy. But the toxic rarely does anything for this guy. So that's why I just find him a very mixed bag. He's decent. He's nothing special, but he's also not the best at the same time. Like 46 damage up close. Don't get me wrong, that's really good. It is a lot of damage. I just wish he had a few more clicks, to be fair. And I think, because again, I base all my opinions off of Turf, because it's the only game mode I actually play, Turf. And I think, especially in Turf, this guy can be lackluster. Especially if you're on the attack, I do think this guy it can be hard to get a god amount of kills or a high streak with him. In Team Vanquish, he probably is better because it is mostly going to be close quarters combat, which then makes characters like Cactus or Rose maybe less effective, and Scientist more effective. But in Turf especially, I find this guy to just be a little bit mediocre. I just think a lot of fights in Turf can be a bit more ranging. So, I don't know. I don't think he's a bad character, this guy, Dr. Toxic, but there are better scientists to pick from. I just think if you're going to play Dr. Toxic, you might as well just play like Paleontologist or Physicist. Because I feel like all those three characters play a sort of similar role. They all have a bit of range. They all have good damage up close. They all have a little bit of spread, and they all have some kind of effects. But the other two just seem to work better in the department compared to this guy. I mean, I think that was a good example there. I mean, that Chomper just was not dying. And like extra few shots, I don't know. I just feel like if you're going to use this guy, you might as well use Physicists, or you might as well use Paleontologists. I don't see the purpose of this guy, really. Which is sad, because I do quite like this character. I just don't think he's just a bit mediocre. Okay, I mean, sure thing. But yeah, it's just a bit mid. They're a lot better. They're a lot worse. There are a lot worse than this guy that we'll probably get to at some point in the future. There are worse, definitely worse. But there are better. There are better. So we'll quickly wrap up this game. And yeah, if you actually want to heal yourself, don't use this. I use it just because why not? But it really is bad. I mean, it just takes so much longer to heal. It's insane. And it's also 500,000 coins. So if you are buying abilities, don't buy that one. Unless there's nothing else to buy, then buy it. But if there is something else to buy, don't buy that. But I think that's pretty much it for Dr. Toxic. I think that about wraps it up. I think if you're going to use this guy, take him in a game mode like Team Vanquish, or maybe like Gnome Bomb. I wouldn't take him into Turf. Maybe if you're on defense on the zombies, then maybe. I feel like he'd be a bit better, but on attack, I do think he's a bit lackluster. Then again, I do feel like most scientists on attack are a little bit not that good, to be honest. So yeah, I think that's about it, really. I can't think of much else to say about Dr. Toxic, other than he's just a little bit mid. There are better, there are worse. He's okay. I'd give him a try. I would give him a try. I do think at lower levels he's a lot worse than this. I think I'm not sure if he actually has less ammo than 6. Actually, I believe at lower level. Let's have a look. Yeah, so he does get an ammo upgrade. So he actually will, I believe, have 5 ammo. Yeah, see, 5 ammo at lower level. So this guy is going to be quite, in my opinion, hard to use, especially without the toxic upgrade and reload. He could be quite difficult to use. I remember him being a bit of a pain to level up. He's, yeah, at low level he is quite bad. So once you've got through the initial stage of the leveling up, then he is a bit more usable. So I think that about wraps it up right there. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please do feel free to leave a like and any comments on the next characters if anybody wants me to do a specific character next, and I will fulfill the requests. So yes, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.